And we are back with another video. In today's video, I'm going to be bringing you just one attack. One attack. We are going to go through every single step of this attack. I'm going to show you funneling and tanking and test wall breaking and cocoa loons and try to explain why I put things down at certain times and why I didn't put other things down at other times and exactly how the timing works in an attack. So sit tight, buckle up, stay tuned, and enjoy the show. Okay, so first let's talk about the base. This base is a pretty easy base when you first look at it. It's got two multis. It's got a multi, and a single. CC is over here, and the eagle is over here. Those are all the things that you want to look for when you're doing a hybrid attack. Why are you looking for the eagle, and why are you looking for the CC? Well, you got to look for the CC because the CC could potentially just totally ruin an attack. I mean, if there's an air targeting troop in there, if there's a dragon or something in the CC, loons in the CC, something that your miners and your piggies cannot reach, they will literally destroy an attack. But that everybody understands. Eagle, you got to try to take out the eagle as soon as possible. That eagle shot coming down on a group of miners, group of piggies will just annihilate all your troops. They'll just be gone like that. You'll be like, oh, where'd my troops go? So you got to take care of the eagle. Now, why are you looking at Inferno Towers? The reason why you're looking at Inferno Towers is because you got to prepare yourself. You know that you can get through. You can walk your queen through a multi. You know that you can't walk your queen through a single. So those are all the things that I look for when I'm looking at the base when I'm doing a hybrid. So now that we've addressed those things, let's go on to step number 2. Where are you going to enter? Well, again, you want to try and get the CC. You can get the CC in one of two ways. You can either actually walk your queen into the range of the CC, or you can lure the CC. So when I looked at this base, I'm thinking to myself, well, I'd like to get that eagle, and if I wanted to get the eagle, I'd be coming around somewhere between the 8, well, I'll show you, somewhere between this area. If I was going to lure the CC and going after the eagle, my queen would want to come in somewhere in this range. Either in this one, in that compartment would be a great compartment to go into, or this compartment would be a great compartment to go into. If I went into this compartment, I'd have to do a double wall break, which is, not difficult, but it's definitely something that you want to try and stay away from if you can. But why didn't I go in on that side? Well, if you notice, we talked about there's the other two infernos are both multi-infernos. You don't really, if you can, you want to keep your hybrid away from the multi-infernos. Keep the hybrid going towards the single infernos. So having said that, I would prefer to walk my queen in and let her get the CC and be able to take care of at least one of those multis. So that is step number 1, knowing where you're going to enter your queen. Somebody just asked, Avi, where do you know to bring your queen in? How do you get your queen in? I'm telling you right now, you get your queen in because you're trying to determine which way. Do you want to lure the CC and bring the queen in towards the eagle to get the eagle? Or do you want to get the CC with your queen and then address the eagle with your hybrid or with your queen, as she walks up? So I figure I'm going to come in I wanted to come in from the 3 o'clock side. Now that I know that I want to come in towards the 3 o'clock side, I have to determine which side I'm going to come in. Being that this base it's pretty much the same thing on both sides, I came in from the corner. I've done 2 ways when coming in the corner. Let me explain what the 2 ways are. One way is to actually establish a funnel with a baby dragon or with something, and then you're not bringing your queen in directly on the corner like this. See, one way is to bring in your corner. It's a little risky coming in on a corner because you're just, your queen can go either way. And, if you're using 2 funnels as opposed to 1 funnel, you can control which way your queen is going. So I don't like to bring my queen in directly on a funnel. I like to establish a funnel by myself. So I planted my queen over here, and this was going to be my funnel spot. My baby was going to be over here to get my queen to go this way. Now, Once I know that I want my queen to go that way, the next step is, well, how far do you want her to go? Okay, so let's get rid of all the squigglies and talk about that. I want my, let's zoom in over here. I know that the baby dragon is gonna, I assume that the baby dragon is gonna establish a funnel. And actually on this attack, I did get a little bit lucky because, I mean, this guy had all of his air traps just sitting in one spot. So I can't believe that the baby dragon actually made it through, but you'll see that in the attack. But the baby dragon did establish a funnel. So the next thing is, where do you want a wall break in? Well, you have three structures over here. You have a structure over here. That's assuming that no Teslas pop up. You have a structure over here, and you have a structure over here. Now, the reason why I put boxes around each of those structures is because you have to know how wall breakers work. If you're gonna deploy a wall breaker from somewhere, anywhere in this range over there, it's gonna either go to this wall or to this wall or to this wall. Now, why those three walls? Because the wall breakers go to walls where there's a structure behind the wall. So the wall breakers will not really go over here and not go over here, but they'll go over here and over here. So what you want to do is you always want to try and to get into a good habit of dropping a test wall breaker. I can't tell you, most attacks that I'm failing on are because I did not drop a test wall breaker. I did not get my queen in. Part of the reason why everybody loves these super wall breakers is because the super wall breakers almost guaranteed to get your queen inside. But the problem with the super wall breakers is you can't rely on them because you can't use them all the time. You can use them every other week. So you really should start practicing getting those wall breaks and getting really good wall breaks. If you do that, you won't have to rely on the super wall breakers, and you can take some other super troops or just not get any super troops at all. But let's talk about timing now. Timing is very important. This is one of the main reasons why you have to farm with your war army. Farming with your war army gives you the understanding of how strong your troops are at that level. Now, why am I saying this? Well, we talked about many times different things that you could use for a secondary funnel, for a first funnel. I like to use a baby dragon for my first funnel. Failing Youth Pastor Guy in the Clan has just started using, instead of a baby dragon with a Coco Loon, which is 15 troop space, he's almost using the same troop space, and he's using a Yeti and a Wizard. Very nice funnel. It does a great job. Baby Dragon, of course, you got to worry about the Seeking Air Mines and the air bombs and stuff like that, whereas, the Yeti, you don't have to. I may switch over, I'm not sure. But let's talk about the secondary funnel. For the secondary funnel, usually I'm using a Giant and a Wizard. That's all I'm using. Giant and a Wizard. I'm using that to establish a funnel, but more likely what I'm using the Giant and Wizard for, I'm using the Giant and Wizard to tank some of the defenses so I can use a test wall breaker. On this base over here, I did not use my Giant Wizard. The reason why I didn't use my Giant Wizard is because if you notice, all of this stuff that's going to need to be cleared out, all of these things, these are very high hit point items. One wizard is not going to be able to deal with those things on himself, and then the queen, you're not going to make the funnel for the queen. Again, you want to be able to, if you notice what I'm doing is, if I'm clearing away this over here and this over here, I'm clearing away this stuff over here. So if I'm clearing that stuff, I have to clear this stuff as well. And that is a funnel. If you notice, that's a funnel, and that's how you get your queen inside. This is not rocket science. It's a funnel. I'm sure all you guys have seen funnels in your life. You start on top, and it narrows into a small point, and that's how you get your queen inside. But let's talk about the timing. That's what I want to talk about. The reason why I drop my queen over here, and I drop the baby over here, and I don't drop the king immediately. The reason why I don't drop the king immediately is because I know that my queen is going to get locked up over here on this. She's going to be there for a while. So I hold my king back a little bit until I know that my king is going to be needed to start clearing the stuff. I don't want to leave everything empty. I want to leave, see if my king is over here, then as my queen moves up like this, now my king is tanking for my queen. You always want to have tanking. I have this over here that my king would not be able to, the scatter shots over there, my king would not be able to reach it. So if my king clears all this structures over here and my queen is standing over there, she's going to have a lot of firepower on here. So I want my king to tank for my queen as well. I start off, my queen is tanking for the baby dragon. Then I drop my king down and my king is tanking a little bit for the queen. It's always one doing for the other, trying to get multi-purpose out of your troops. But let's move on. I did get everything cleared out. Let's play it out so we can do it step by step. Let's see where we're up to over here. So we talked about over here. This was, we know how we're entering the base, and now we're going to show you, we're going to make this funnel and do it step by step, slowly going through this attack. We could double speed it for a little bit. I'll be spending too much time looking at it. So we got 2 seeking air mines and air bombs all over the place. Baby dragon, let's start slowing it down a little bit. So the baby dragon comes out. Now, I also, another reason why you don't want to drop your king right away is because, let's pause it here for a second. You don't want to drop your king right away because I am coming in a little bit on the corner, and there was a very, very distinct possibility that the queen could start moving around this way. So you want to make sure that your queen is moving in the direction before dropping your king. So that's another reason why I held my queen back. But once I saw that my queen is going this way, and the only thing that could bring my queen back really is this, which my baby D is working on, then I know I can drop my king. So I drop my king over here, and if you notice, now the king is going to be taking on the firepower of this and possibly the wizard tower also. So I'm able to sneak a wizard in. I'm able to sneak him in to help out to clear that section. Because once this goes down and the king takes care of this, now the queen's going to step up. She's going to take care of this. And now she's going to have nowhere to turn except for going after this and this. But here's the tricky part. When you're looking at this, you have to look at this defense over here. It could bring the queen back and bring her too far over. And then you have this defense and this defense. So those are the ones that you want to make sure are taken out, and you'll see what I did. So let's play it up again and watch it going. Now, there's my test wall breaker. The test wall breaker took 2 things out. There's my 3 wall breakers. I dropped the rage. I didn't need the rage for the wall breakers, but I was going to have 2 expos on me, and I was going to have the loon and the pups. So I dropped the rage, dropped a minion to deal with those pups, to help out with those pups. Now over here, let's pause it for a second. I dropped in one minion and one miner and 1 hog to try and take out this. Why did I try and take out this? Well, let's look. Let's look at the base. There was a possibility. There was a possibility that the queen would go. She's dealing with the expo now. I assumed that she was going to go from the expo. She would go over to the cannon. Now, when she goes to that cannon, she's going to step up a little bit that way to get that cannon. And then once she gets over there, pretty much where that dot is, it was very, very close which way she was going to go. It ended up that my little hybrid over there ended up not taking out the wizard tower, but that's the reason why I dropped that in over there, because I was a little concerned that the queen would start walking. So it ended up I didn't take out that wizard tower, but thankfully she did not walk down that way. She walked into the base like that. And then I tried to do a couple of my wall breakers from the rage. I had extra wall breakers, and they actually exposed a bomb over there, and I thought that everything was going to be done, but as you can see, a test wall breaker is always needed, even the second time. So you see the queen stepped up there, and once she stepped up, she was going into the space like that. So there's my wall breakers. I did not think I needed another test wall breaker, but sure enough, there was a little spring trap there, which ended up causing. Now, that wall breaker did not go to this part over there because, like we said before, hold on, we got to pause this. That wall breaker did not go to where I wanted it to go because the CC was already down like this. So now, what did I do over here? Let's move over here. I got my siege barracks down, and I brought the pathing in like this. The pathing was in like this because I would have liked to have done it a little thinner on the pathing and brought it in this way, but that AD did not go down, and I needed that AD to go down so it would not go after my troops. So now let's zoom out a little bit and watch this very carefully. The queen is going after the opposing queen. I have troops going in like this. I see a multi over here with the scatter shot. That is a perfect spot for a freeze, especially with the miners. With the queen, you might be able to get away without the freeze, but for the miners, you definitely need a freeze in that spot. So that was a very good freeze. Drop the freeze. And now let's watch it again. The queen is okay. She's dealing with the opposing queen. Then after the freeze wears off, you drop that heal, especially because that town hall is going to be active again. Now let's watch the what he called. This is what I have coming in. I'm always watching the town hall to see when the town hall is going down. This is when to use the ability. Don't use the ability too early. You want to use the ability when the town hall is going to explode at the end of the town hall while the town hall is still there. But before the town hall explodes, you want to use that ability to keep those troops alive through the Giga. I also try and get as many troops as I can in the ability. I notice that I have these CC troops. They're coming in from the back, so I try and hold it, if possible, to be able to get those CC troops in there. I don't think I got them all in. Let's watch it. There's the troops going in. Use the ability. I did not get those CC troops in, but they got inside. Now, why did I use a freeze over there on a single? Avi, singles, you will say all the time, singles don't do anything to the hybrid. So why are you dropping a freeze on the single? Well, the reason why I dropped the freeze on the single was because I think actually I missed the single. But the reason why I dropped the freeze is because you have the royal champ. You want to try and keep that royal champ up for the end of the raid. If you can keep your royal champ alive and you can keep your queen alive, most likely you're going to be tripling bases. So those are the things that you want to keep alive. Your hybrid is going to be around with your troops, with your royal champ. So if you can keep one alive, the others will most likely stay alive also. Let's play it up and watch it. So the royal champ did have some tanking in there from the hybrid. The troops are going through, and that's pretty much it. That is the attack broken down. And this attack, these steps really work with any troops. No matter what you're going to use, you always want to try and make the funnels, test wall breakers, cocoa loons, work. If I can give anybody one piece of advice, it's develop good habits for yourself. Using the cocoa loons, doing a test wall breaker, using the extra funneling troops to make sure to get your queen in. I may end up, deleting some of these miners and piggies and adding more funneling troops. You could really never go wrong with adding more funneling troops. That's pretty much it. That's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed this video. We broke down one attack into everything that you need to know for the attack. And that's pretty much it. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the like button. If you did enjoy the video, leave a like anyway. It doesn't hurt you. And make sure you have subbed if you haven't subbed already. And leave a comment down below. And that's going to be it. Until the next video, have a super great day.